Good morning. Good morning and welcome to our community meditation. And good morning to all of you online. Thank you for being with us today as we connect in consciousness. My name is Judy Poteet, and I am your practitioner for the day. Please take a moment to silence your cell phones so that we may have an uninterrupted experience together. This meditation is a blend of spoken word and silence, accompanied by some beautiful music. It will last approximately 15 minutes or so. I've timed it, but every time I time it, it comes out different. So I invite you to close your eyes and begin to relax. Allow yourself to sit quietly and at ease. Allow the concerns, the worries, and the busyness of daily life to simply fall away. As you continue to relax, focus on your breathing, not to control it, just to observe how it enters and exits your body. Feel the support of your chair and Mother Earth. Feel a sense of gratitude for being here in this place at this time to connect with grace. As you continue to focus on your breathing, imagine breathing into your heart space. As you're focusing on your heart space, slow your breathing slightly. And imagine someone or something that you appreciate, someone or something you care about. It might even be something you have accomplished. Anchor that feeling of gratitude in your heart space. Simply feel the gratitude. When you're present in gratitude, you awaken the bigness of even the smallest things in life. The beauty in nature. You see things differently. You hear things anew, and everything matters. That is grace, awakening to the magnificence of even the smallest things. as you continue to remain in appreciation in this present moment, notice that you're grounded in gratitude. Gratitude, your connection to the divine. Grace is a nurturing force in nature, like the purity of air, water, and sunlight that sustains all of life. Grace isn't a choice. It exists in the infinite field of consciousness. It is the supporting principle behind everything in nature, including our lives. Grace is ever present, awaiting our willingness to receive. Grace has been connected to divine love in every spiritual tradition. In a moment of grace, I feel safe and worthy. I am in an atmosphere of love. It is all around me. Gratitude allows us to be in grace in the here and now. When I learn how to appreciate what I have in this moment, I'm not stuck in the past or anticipating the future. Gratitude shifts my attention away from what seems to be missing. It begins to erase old anxious habits and empty desires. In the present moment, I find gratitude. I find completeness. I find grace. Gratitude creates an awareness which aligns me with the creative power of the universe. When I cultivate a state of appreciation, I actually create grace, authentically and naturally, in every moment, in everything. Gratitude links the inner life and the outer life. Grateful thoughts are like tiny messengers that transmit positive energy throughout the entire body. Transmits grace. The more we practice being grateful, the more these pathways open up and the more this positive energy flows. The more its strength infuses our very being. Through a grateful heart, we grow in our awareness of grace that is ever present in our lives. When I refrain from judgment and choose compassion and only judge favorably, I activate my own grace. I become a conduit for peace, understanding, and happiness. I cannot be judgmental and grateful at the same time. I invite you to contemplate these ideas from Desmond Tutu in the Book of Joy. Child of God, you are loved with a love that nothing can shake, a love that loved you long before you were created, a love that will be there long after everything has disappeared. You are precious, with a preciousness that is totally quite immeasurable. And God wants you to live in grace, to be like God, filled with life, goodness, grace, laughter, and joy. God, who is forever pouring out God's whole being from all eternity, wants you to flourish, to live in grace. God wants you to be filled with joy and excitement and ever longing to be able to find what is so beautiful in God's creation. The compassion of so many, the caring, the sharing. And God says, please, my child, help me. Help me to spread love and laughter and joy and compassion. And you know what, my child? As you do this, hey, presto, you discover joy. Joy which you had not sought. It comes as a gift, the grace of God. I invite you to return back to this room, this place. Take a deep breath. Feel the chair that you're sitting on. You might want to move your arms and your legs. When you're ready, open your eyes. This does conclude today's meditation service. Thank you for being with us in spiritual practice. Our celebration service starts in about 12 minutes. So stand up, walk around, visit a little bit, or just sit there in contemplation. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Las Vegas. I'm Reverend Laura, and it is my pleasure to be here with you this morning. I see some wonderful faces I love to see every week, and thank you all for being back here again. I see a few new faces out there I saw as we were coming in. Welcome to our center. We're glad you found us. And we want to say hi to those people that are joining us online. So if you would, just turn around and wave at the camera back there, acknowledging our people. We get comments about how wonderful it is to be part of the community this way with our virtual audience. So we're so excited to have people joining us, and our YouTube channel is really moving along quite well. We're thankful for Joe and all of the work that he's put into that, and we're such a great offering for everyone to stay connected throughout the week this way. All right, we're going to kick it off this morning. What are we singing again?
We come together.
We come together. So the words are going to be on the screen. If you'd like to stand and sing with us, love to have you.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together, we come together in the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. The person next to you. Say namaste, I bow to you. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Yeah, yeah. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. All right, good morning, everybody. Greet your neighbor at this time if you're comfortable.
How wonderful. So we're going to shift the energy a little bit and invite up our practitioner of the day, Judy Petit, to give us our morning's affirmation and our invocation, accompanied by Justin Vogel, our music director.
It helps if I turn on the microphone. Good morning. You can all see the affirmation, so please join me. Thy grace is my sufficiency in all things. Isn't that powerful?
Okay, here's the simple one. The words are going to be on the screen. I'll sing it one time. Just join me in this. This is also more Joel Goldsmith. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Let's sing. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Let's go again. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know.
As I continue in this silence, in this stillness, in the place of gratitude, I know that all is well. I know that each of us is here for a divine purpose, a divine reason, that our life is full and whole and filled with grace, that our hearts are grateful and our lives are grace-filled. And I'm so grateful to know that our presence here today is enriched by the message from Laura, Reverend Laura, by the songs that are sung, and by the connections with each other. And knowing that we are blessed in so many wonderful ways. And knowing that our lives are filled with grace as we accept and receive. And so knowing that all is in divine right order, I simply say, and so it is.
Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know. Be still and know. Be still and know.
I wanted to just sit back there and just stay there. That was very nice. Thank you very much, Justin, Judy. Thank you so much for setting a tone for us this morning. And what a glorious day it is to beginning our holiday season here that we celebrate in the U.S. Thanksgiving coming up this week and then moving right into the winter holidays. Such a wonderful time of the year, and it brings back so many memories that I'm so thankful for to have had in my life. So this month we're wrapping up now our talk on grace. Our theme for the month was being a center of grace. And our talk title today is A Grateful Heart and a Graceful Life. Figured we had to get some gratitude in there with our Thanksgiving holiday coming in. But the thing is that gratefulness really leads to gracefulness, to that place of being in a grace-centered life, a way of living your life in a way that is a little easier, certainly a lot more joyous, that is more in alignment with our spiritual principles and the truths that we believe. So I started off the month by talking about what Ernest says about grace. And grace, he defines grace as the givingness of life. Life meaning the same word that would be synonymous with God or spirit or the universe or intelligence. In this case, he happened to use life. He has quite a few names that he uses for spirit, so this is one of them. And the other thing about it is that it's given automatically. Grace is given automatically. We don't have to do anything to get it. Grace is an unearned, ever-present flow of divine love. An unearned, ever-present flow of divine love. Grace is always available to us. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to earn it. We don't have to strive to bring more of it into our life. We just simply need to recognize it. To recognize that it's already there within us. Back when a few weeks ago when I was doing the Interfaith Forum, I was asked a question about, is God present in war? And just like with grace here, God is ever present. It is ever present. Grace is ever present. They are both always there. But they don't do us any good if we don't recognize it. It's all about us. God is constantly pouring itself into expression. Grace is constantly being our experience. But are we receptive to it? Are we open to seeing it? Are we open to recognizing it when it happens? Or are we shutting ourselves off from that experience? You know, the nature of grace is that the universe is constantly expressing its goodness through us and for us. It has to have an avenue to do it, though. It has to have a place to come into expression. And so if we don't recognize the possibility of grace, if we don't recognize the presence of the divine, then there's no place for it to operate in our experience. It shows up so beautifully when we open ourselves up to it. It shows up as unexpected blessings. It shows up as events that seem that they must just be synchronistic. There's no other way around it. It's way beyond being a coincidence. They show up in ways that we can't even begin to think of, but it's exactly what we needed in the moment when we open ourselves up to it. But to live gracefully, to live in a grace-filled life, we have to align our thoughts and actions with those ideas of love, of wisdom, peace, harmony, balance. We have to begin to allow those forces to be the guiding and directing part of our lives. They have to navigate us through our life as we're moving through it. I often hear this phrase about putting on rose-colored glasses. Well, I think we need to put on grace-colored glasses and look at everything through this idea of grace and gratitude. If I put on my glasses this morning and everything I see is filtered through the idea of love, of wisdom, of peace, of harmony, imagine what my experience is going to be. Even in the most mundane things, I am going to have a greater experience of life because I have opened myself up to it. I've recognized that it's there and I'm allowing it to be the directing force in my life. So gratitude can also be, just like grace, gratitude can be the lens through which we see grace. When we are grateful for the things that are happening in our lives, when we're looking at everything through our gratitude glasses, then everything begins to align itself with that idea of grace, with the givingness of spirit, with the givingness of life, with love moving into our expression. When we use gratitude as the lens that we look through things, we allow ourselves to see the subtle blessings of grace that are always working in our lives. They're always happening. Again, spirit is constantly giving itself forth It's unearned. We don't have to do anything to deserve it. We just have to be able to recognize it. And glasses of gratitude allow us to see it a little more easily. When we are grateful for all the little things in our lives, then they can really begin to show up in all kinds of ways. Gratitude, looking at everything through gratitude, will soften our hearts. It'll soften those places in us that have been hardened by some of the experiences we've had in life. Softens our hearts, sharpens our vision, allows us to see a little more clearly, and it allows us to perceive grace in even the most little places in our lives. When we use this idea of looking at through the lens of gratitude, we discovered that grace is not rare. It's not reserved for those special people, or it's not reserved for those very special moments in our life, but it's abundant and constant and available to us each and every day. Ernest says this in the Science of Mind textbook. Why is it not moving? Okay, do it a different way. Gratitude is one of the chief graces of the human existence, and it is crowned in heaven with a consciousness of unity. It is crowned in heaven with a consciousness of unity. If I am believing that spirit is outside of me, if I'm believing that it's only reserved for certain people or certain things and I haven't done enough to deserve it yet, then I am not existing in a consciousness of unity. I am existing in this idea of separation, where spirit is something out and distant away from me. You know, like that old super Santa Claus God that we might have grown up with as children, that's, making a list and checking it twice. And only those who deserve are going to get. And those who don't deserve, well, they're going to get something else. If we have that idea of spirit as being something outside of ourselves, then it's hard to get to that consciousness of unity. And it's hard to experience the grace. And it's hard to find the things to be grateful for in our lives. If I feel undeserving all of the time, then it's hard for me to see things that I should be thankful to have. But if I can get to a place where I understand my oneness, and I understand that spirit needs a vessel to move into expression. Spirit needs somebody to come through into this world. And so as I open myself up to that unity of life, knowing that it is indwelling in me, as I said the first week, the place on which I stand is holy ground, for God is there. No matter where I stand, the presence of the divine is right there. If I open myself up to that idea and allow myself to be the conduit, to be the vessel that Spirit shows up in the world, then it's going to do so, and that grace is going to come flowing through in all kinds of wonderful and unique ways. But gratitude is more than just a feeling. Gratitude is something that we have to begin to develop in our lives. It's easy to say that. When we're in challenge, sometimes it's a little difficult to find the things to be grateful for. I think I've told you this before, in ministerial school, they gave us a little acronym. They called it a FOG, which was another frickin' opportunity for growth. To look for those ideas of things in our lives where it's an opportunity for us to experience change in our lives and to be grateful for those, to be grateful for that fog when it occurs in our life, to be grateful for those things, because inside of every single challenge, there's a blessing in there. If nothing else, it's like a little bit more clarity about what my role is in the situation, or a little bit more clarity in how I perceive. But gratitude is more than just a feeling here. We have to begin to live in gratitude. And the first thing that we do to live in gratitude is we have to begin to live in the present moment. Gratitude doesn't exist in the past. We can be thankful for things that happened back there, but the thankfulness, what I'm experiencing, is the feeling right now. It may have been something that's done and gone, but I'm feeling it right now. I can't be grateful for things in the future because the gratitude is happening right now. It is a total present moment mindful activity. Gratitude anchors us in the now, and it teaches us to appreciate what is rather than what we would like it to be, or what we wish it could be, or what we would rather it had been in the past. Gratitude is about a present moment feeling. Gratitude is that that process that will align us with Spirit. Gratitude will teach us that oneness. If nothing else, whenever you feel that well of gratitude come up in you, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you for this blessing. Remembering our affirmation from today, God's grace is thy sufficiency in all things. Give thanks for it. When we give thanks, we affirm our relationship with this divine goodness. When we express that gratitude, even if it's silently in our own mind, we are affirming our oneness with Spirit. And then the other thing that we have to do to use gratitude as a spiritual discipline is to understand the transformative power of gratitude. Gratitude shifts our inner world. It shifts how we feel inside. And that, in turn, shows up in our outer world. By helping us perceive things, even the most mundane experiences, as some kind of a sacred moment, we shift how we feel about it, and we begin to catch a glimpse at the power that's working through us all the time. So gratitude doesn't change how we hit it twice that time. Gratitude doesn't change how we perceive our circumstances. Gratitude doesn't change our circumstances. It changes how we perceive our circumstances. There could still be turmoil and conflict going on, but if in that moment I shift myself to, well, thank you for this opportunity to learn something different. And thank you for this opportunity to grow. Thank you for the clarity that I'm receiving through this situation. If we can turn it into that, then those challenges in our lives become an opportunity for growth. And an opportunity for growth is always a good thing. Gratitude doesn't change the circumstances, it changes how we perceive them. It clears away the negativity, it clears away a lot of the worry, and it allows us to focus on the beauty and the opportunities that are always available for us in the moment. Again, looking at gratitude through a lens of gratitude. If my glasses are dirty, I'm not going to see things very clearly. And so the dirt that I'm putting onto my glasses would be the worry and the fear and the anger and the distrust and all of the things that are happening. But if I can clear those away, get out my good old lens wipes and just smear those things all to pieces so that they're nice and bright and clear, and I can see with a different focus. I can see through that lens of gratitude in a way I couldn't see before. And I begin to perceive things differently. And when I perceive the things differently, it naturally follows that the things will begin to change because I am no longer the same in that situation. I am now taking a new me into the same situation there, and I can begin to experience it that way for myself. The more we practice gratitude, the more clearer our vision becomes, the more we see life as how it truly is, full of grace. Constantly giving itself. Life is constantly giving itself forth into expression in our lives. This has been pretty difficult as we move through some of these experiences in our life right now, through these challenging times, however you define challenging in your circumstances right now. But if we can begin to find gratitude there and find grace in the situations, we can begin to perceive them differently. You know, it's one of the ironic things that oftentimes the more challenging our life is, the more gratitude we can apply to it, the more grace we're going to find in it. And so, you know, it doesn't mean we want to bring more challenges into our life, but when we have the opportunity to experience them, then we do it with gratitude, we're going to be able to see a little bit more grace. Gratitude, again, just like forgiveness and some of the other practices, doesn't deny the problem. It doesn't deny the pain that you may be feeling. It doesn't deny the hardship you may be going through. But it's about finding those little threads of goodness that are available in there. Even if the goodness is, well, I understand this situation a little bit deeper now than I did before. I can see this situation with a little more clarity than I was able to before I was facing this challenge. When we begin to take a look at our challenges in life and experience them with grace and gratitude, we can begin to have a different experience. When I think of this, I think back to the challenge that I had with a cancer experience about 10 years ago. And I was presented with this experience, and it was pretty devastating at the moment. I had recently lost a brother to cancer, and there were a lot of challenges in my life. And I remember having about 3 hours of just mind-numbing kind of fear and worry about it. And fortunately, I had the wherewithal and the foresight to go to my spiritual mentor. At the time, I just drove right from the doctor's office over to her house, and I sat with her. And really, in about 3 or 4 hours, I was able to reframe the situation. Didn't mean the cancer went away right then. It didn't mean that anything else, but I could see threads of goodness that were available to me in the situation. And what it prompted me to do was to do a lot of digging into some spiritual practices I could incorporate into my life. I happened to find Joe Dispenza's work, and he had this wonderful 45-minute meditation that I would put on every morning, and I would actually begin to commune with my cells in my body, because I thought, well, cancer's, cells that have gone awry, cells that have taken a different path and done something they shouldn't have done in my life. So if I can talk to my cells, if I can commune with my cells, then I can begin to have a different experience of that in my life. And so I was studying, I was in ministerial school at the time, and so we had just taken quantum physics. And in quantum physics, they talk about the morphogenetic field. Now, I've done a lot of research on the morphogenetic field since then, and it's a theory. It's not a real thing out there. It's a theory, and there's no proof about it. But it was an idea in my mind that really stuck with me. So the morphogenetic field is, when a sperm and an egg meet, they form one cell, right? Think back to your old biology. So the sperm and the egg meet, one cell is formed. Very quickly, that cell divides into 2 cells, and then those 2 cells into 4 cells into 8 cells, and so on and so on. But they're all the same kind of cell. So something starts to happen that tells the cells, okay, you're going to be a heart cell, you're going to be a brain cell, you're going to be a skin cell, you're going to be a skeleton cell. The morphogenetic theory is that the blueprint for what those cells are going to be is in the morphogenetic field. Okay? So I did my communing with the morphogenetic field because I thought that's where the cells are produced. That's where they're told what kind of cells to be. I want my guidance to go to those kind of cells so that I can commune with them to become perfect cells. And they did. They did. If I could have described the best cancer experience in the world, mine surpassed it. It really did. It was a very simple, easy procedure. A little surgery, a little radiation. I was good. 10 years later, I'm still good. There's no worries there. But what I am so grateful for is that practice, because I have used that practice in so many different ways. Every time I get a cold, I do a meditation with my morphogenetic field. Okay, we need to get some good white blood cells going here. Let's get these in, get them in there, get it going, get it out. I want all this infection gone. We're done. When I have a muscle ache with my knee, when my knee went out, I communed with the morphogenetic fields because I needed good ligaments and tendons and cartilage to be forming in my knee. If we sit here and we realize that our bodies, our cells in our bodies are replaced, well, the entire body has all brand new cells every 8 years. Skeleton cells take the longest, but your skin cells and some of the other cells, a year or 2, and they are all brand new cells. So if I'm doing my work at that cellular level where they're being formed, what a wonderful experience. And I tell you, it has been amazing for me. But I had to find the gratitude in the experience of having a diagnosis of cancer before I could ever get to a place where I could do the work, where I could allow myself to see the grace that was involved in it. And so finding those ways that we can be grateful in the most challenging situations we experience in our lives will begin to allow us to have a different experience of it. Grace and gratitude are wonderful when things are going great, but they are so much more powerful when we're in a challenge, when we can actually begin to use these practices to overcome the situations in our lives. We can really begin to reframe all those lessons that we have Instead of being a challenge, make it a gift. Imagine how our life would be different if we looked at all of our challenges as an opportunity for us to grow, for us to learn. By cultivating gratitude, we open ourselves up to all the insights that are available. If we're in the place of anger and fear and distrust and all of the things that go along with challenging situations, we're not open to it. We're seeing the grace. We're not open to the gratitude that's possible there. This grace can reveal itself as a hidden strength. It could reveal itself as a supportive friend who comes to help you move through the challenge. It can reveal itself as a valuable life lesson. That lesson that I learned with going through that cancer experience has been a lifelong lesson. I use it all the time because of that. Gratitude allows us to see these things as gifts, even when we're stuck in the challenge. Just beginning to open ourselves up to a grateful heart allows us to catch glimpses of it. And the more little glimpses we feel, the more easy it is to experience that gratitude and to let it grow inside of us. When we feel like life is so overwhelming, gratitude reminds us what's still good in our lives, what's still working really well in our life. It reminds us of the things that are constant in our life. And this recognition of all of that can restore the hope that we feel, and it can reveal the quiet workings of grace. Gratitude and experiencing gratitude in challenging times actually builds our resilience and allows us to experience life in a different way. A grateful heart is the foundation for a grace-filled life. Without the grateful heart, we're never going to get to that place of grace in our lives. And so find every opportunity you have in every single moment, every single thing that you think of as a challenge or as a difficulty or something you would like to avoid. Look for the place to be grateful. Look for those little opportunities. Even if you have to say it with a little bit of sarcasm. Be grateful for it. Thank you, God, for this too. So allow gratitude to become a daily companion in your life. Because once we do that, we know that grace will follow naturally. By allowing ourselves to live in that attitude of gratitude, we open ourselves up to a greater experience of it. When we live with gratitude and grace, we align ourselves with the highest expression of our divine nature. We remember the unity of life. We remember who and whose we are. We remember why we've come here. And we allow ourselves to be that conduit through which spirit flows into expression. When we live with grace and gratitude, we align ourselves with the highest expression of our divine nature. And who wouldn't want more of that? All right, I have an affirmation for us for today. So would you repeat with me, please? I choose to live each day with a grateful heart, knowing that the ever-present grace of Spirit guides and sustains me. And so it is. All right, let's take this into prayer. I invite our practitioners to stand and surround us. Our licensed spiritual practitioners spend 4 years in study, learning spiritual truths and principles, living from that grace-filled life. You can ask any one of them, and they can tell you all about gratitude and grace. All right, if you would just relax into your seat. Maybe let your shoulders drop. Expand your chest and open yourself up to the presence of the One. That one, all-pervading love intelligence, is the creator of all that has ever been and all that is yet to be. This one power and this one presence moves itself into expression as love, peace, clarity, and harmony. It is a creative intelligence that has brought forth each one of us into expression to be the conduit through which it flows into life. And so I know that each one of us is that place where God shows up in the perfection and the wholeness, in that love, that beauty, that peace, that harmony, that wisdom. I know that is the truth of who each one of us is right here and right now. And so knowing this truth, I speak my word. I know that each one of us is a place for gratitude to show up in the world. I know that each one of us has within us that willingness to open up to be the highest and greatest expression of the divine as only we can. I know that this perfection and this wholeness is moving itself into expression through all the things that we do, through everything that we are, through each and every one of our experiences, the challenges and the good times. I know that God is ever present, and it's always looking for an outlet to give more of itself to this world. And how good it is to know this, how good it is to feel this happening right now, how good it is to see it in the lives of this community. And so I just release this word into the law, into that perfection that knows no end. I let it go and I let it be. And together we say, and so it is.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. Free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. I'm only here for God.
Beautiful. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, practitioners. So now is that opportunity we have to support our center through your financial contributions. We are a religious nonprofit, we're 501c3, and we receive the majority of our funding through our donations from our members. And somebody asked me the other day, where do we get the rest of our funding? And I'm like, well, we get that from our classes and from our events and things like our raffles and stuff like that. But the majority of our funds come through your generous contributions. So if you would, just get your offering ready. If you're giving electronically, just put your hands over your heart. And if you would, repeat after me. This gift I give.
This gift I give
Goes forth from me.
goes forth from me.
Does amazing and miraculous things.
Does amazing and miraculous things.
And returns to me in kind.
Returns to me in kind.
Pressed down and overflowing.
Pressed down and overflowing.
And so it is.
So it is.
What are we singing?
Money.
Money. Oh, this is that one that's got a good beat.
Yeah. Money is a coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a coming to me. Money is a coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a coming to me. Money is a coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a coming to me. Money is a coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a coming to me. Every time I open my heart to me, I receive all that I need, knowing that God heals my source to me. I release and let it flow. Money is a coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a coming to me. Money is a coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a coming to me.
I'm kind of getting into that one. All right, so we just take a moment and bless this offering, knowing that as we have received so generously, we are certainly free to open up ourselves to give generously. And we do so in untold ways, through our hearts, through our minds, through our hands, through our talents. We are so blessed to receive all of this, and we are so blessed to give it away too. For this and so much more, just give thanks, and so it is. Thank you. All right, we have just a couple of announcements today. Getting out of here a little quicker today. How about that? Tonight is the annual Interfaith Thanksgiving service. This is a wonderful experience. This is at congregation near Tamid, which is off of Valley Verde and 215. Beautiful, beautiful center there. It's at 4:30 tonight. Wonderful opportunity to get together with people of like mind who come from all different walks of life. So, fabulous opportunity. It goes till about 6 o'clock, so 4:30 to 6. Our Walking the Path group, which meets on Tuesday, is taking a hiatus this week for the holidays, and so they will return again on December 3rd. On December 7th, here at 10 a.m., we're going to be doing our Soul Crafters. This is my chance to get together and play with people. So I'm having fun. We're going to make Christmas ornaments out of beads, all kinds of wooden beads, and I'm going to talk about the spiritual significance of beads. Did you know that the word bead actually means prayer? Yeah, isn't that pretty cool? So prayer beads, yeah. We're going to make wooden Christmas ornaments and holiday ornaments. I've got all kinds of colors and things like that. So it's $10 just to cover the cost of the supplies. So if you would register online, so we make sure that we have everything available. And then on December 8th, after our Sunday service, we're going to have a wonderful sound healing experience here in the sanctuary. We're going to move the chairs and have it around the labyrinth here with Melissa Shank, who has been a longtime friend of CSL. She's going to be joining us to do a sound healing experience. She's got all kinds of wonderful instruments and so forth. And then on Friday the 13th, I think it's Friday the 13th this year. It's not on here. Fun and games at CSLGLV. This is actually housed over at Judy Petite's house, and so if you're interested in getting together to play fun games with people, I know she's got a lot of fun things up her sleeve, so she usually does. See Judy. Judy, raise your hand so people can see who you are. Judy's the one who gave us our invocation, affirmation, and meditation today. So, and then finally, we have a women's retreat coming up in February 6th through 8th, right here at the sanctuary, for women of all faiths, all traditions. We're going to be, actually, we have people coming in from different countries now, so we're excited about that. So if you're interested in that and more information about that, see me. We also have a flyer on the bulletin board in the hallway. And our offices are going to be closed this week. We're actually going to be here a little bit on Wednesday, but we're actually going to lunch, so having a nice little lunch in here. But if you need anything, you're welcome to email or, email. Email's the best way. We won't be here to answer the phone, so you're welcome to email, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. And finally, we have personal prayer available for you after service here. This is an opportunity for you to have a very short spiritual mind treatment with a practitioner. They will know the truth for you. If you have some challenge in your life you would like to get a little more clarity about, they're happy to help you with that through our spiritual mind treatment, our form of prayer. And you're welcome to go over to the prayer room right across the hall over here. All right, we're going to do our final prayer for our country today. This is one for Thanksgiving as well, and it was written by me. In this sacred moment, I recognize the infinite presence that is the foundation of all life. This presence is love, wisdom, peace, abundance. It is the source and the sustainer of all creation, expressing itself in countless ways through every individual, every community, and every nation. This divine intelligence governs the universe with harmony, grace, and boundless good. I affirm that this same divine presence that governs the stars and the seas dwells within every heart and soul in the United States of America. We are one people, united in spirit, connected by an infinite thread of love and grace. Though diverse in background, belief, and tradition, we are each a unique expression of the one life, moving together in the unfolding of divine purpose. I now declare that this Thanksgiving season is a time of awakening to gratitude and grace in the hearts of all people in this nation. I affirm that we as individuals and as a collective turn our attention to the abundance of blessings that surrounds us, the beauty of the land we call home, the freedom to express ourselves uniquely, just the way that we are, and the opportunity to grow and thrive in that perfect expression of spirit. I know that gratitude inspires unity. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, we rise above division and celebrate the values of kindness, generosity, and compassion that bind us together. Grace flows through every corner of this nation, softening hearts, healing wounds, and bringing hope and renewal. This country is guided by divine wisdom, and its people are filled with the courage to build bridges of understanding and love. With each expression of gratitude, we strengthen our collective commitment to creating a more harmonious, just, and inclusive society. I give thanks for the abundance and the diversity of the United States, for the resilience and the creativity of its people, and for the countless acts of grace that unfold each day. I am grateful for the opportunities we have to serve one another, to grow in wisdom, and to celebrate the richness of life together. And I give thanks for the spirit that moves through this land, guiding it towards its highest potential. With a grateful heart filled with faith, I release this word into the divine law, knowing it is already fulfilled. I trust in the infinite power of spirit to bring forth unity, peace, and grace in every corner of this nation. And so it is. Amen. Have a beautiful and blessed Thanksgiving. We'll see you all guys next week. Bye-bye.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all